Oh. A long time ago. Oh, okay.
Twenty-eighth day of October, 2025 at 6 PM, and I call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Valadez.
Here.
Councilmember Predmore.
Here.
Councilmember Fisher.
Here.
Mayor Dickinson.
Here.
Councilmember DeFrancis.
Here.
Councilmember Shipp.
Here.
Mayor, you have quorum.
Thank you. We can stand for the invocation. Georgina, I'll,
You can go ahead, Mayor.
Lord, we just thank you for this day, Lord. We just thank you that we all get to come here together, and Lord, we get to do the some of the work that the people are asking for us to do, Lord. We ask you to just bless this time that we have together, Lord. Give us insight on what we're doing today and every day in the city, Lord. And we just thank you for each one of the council members that are up here tonight and everybody that takes part in making all this come together. Lord, we just thank you for that. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Community input. Paul Norris.
Yes, sir. You ready for me?
Yes, sir. Ready.
I'll make this real simple. Bertram has done really well at getting more notice. There. Bertram has done a really good job of getting more notice. There's like 3 festivals annually now. There used to only be the Oatmeal Festival. And there's one concern about that I have and some other citizens have because it's been brought to my attention. There's some, coming from the east in particular, there's some really junky stuff right before you get to the hardware store, Bertram Hardware. There's a lot next to it that's undeveloped. And then right on the other side of that lot is a TDS dumpster that has been there for the 5 years I've lived here. So I don't know if TDS wants their dumpster back or not, but I think it's very unsightly. My granddaughter asked me, "What is that, Papa?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, but I'll go talk to him about it." And so there's also the salvage yard right past the blinking light on the same side, on the north side, that is, the blue siding is half blown down. It's really junky looking. Now, I'm just assuming that Bertram is a home rule city under Texas Municipal Code, and that y'all either have existing ordinances or you have a power to enact ordinances where you could get these property owners to spiff up their property so that it looked nicer when all these we'll call them tourists, come here for these different events and come to eat at the restaurants that are here now that really didn't used to be there and stuff like that. So that's all I'm trying to do is make y'all aware that there's some concern. It's not just me personally, but somehow I got nominated to come and talk to y'all and just ask that under whatever statutory authority that you have or that you can enact to see if you can get those. Now, this is just hearsay. Supposedly, Sefco bought that property to the east of the hardware store some years ago, like 10 years ago, and never did anything with it. I don't know if they still own it or not. I didn't pull any plat maps. I didn't do a bunch of research. And obviously, the other is so I believe both those properties are owned by commercial entities. That may not be correct, but that's probably. So it's not like it's some poor homeowner who can't afford to fix their property up. It's a different situation. I would just ask that y'all look into that and see what y'all can do, just so Bertram continues to kind of move upward. I know people lived here 30, 40 years, and they say Bertram used to really be kind of trashy looking, and it's not anymore, and they think it's been going in the right direction for a long time. So
Yes. We have a new code enforcement now, a guy that's taking care of all that. He's been working on that piece of property that's just right east of the hardware store. So he's working on that.
And he started
we're-
Monday.
Yeah,
like
he
this
just
week.
started. And we are aware also of the old junkyard down there.
Salvage yard, yeah.
We were talking
Well,
about it last week.
the problem with the salvage yard is it's not in the city limits. So we're going to have to get the county involved with that.
Well, and I had that thought because I knew that new food box is not in the city limits.
Right.
So
So-
I knew that was a possibility, but
So we're limited on what we can do with that.
I got it.
But your dumpster, we're on it.
not my dumpster. It's TDS's dumpster. And I bet they might want it back.
I had this conversation with Benny Taylor Saturday morning.
Well,
so-
good. Thank
so-
you. And I mean, I could call Bob Gregory and say, Bob, you got a dumpster out in Bertram's been sitting there for 5 or 6 years. Do you want it? I'm just kidding. But anyway, I just have one other question. Who's in that portrait over there?
Bertram, Rudolph Bertram.
Okay. All right. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I didn't look, but I assumed, I assumed that's what it was. Y'all didn't know,
For
did
whatever
y'all?
reason, I thought his name was Randolph.
Consent agenda items, 1.1, October 14th, 2025, regular meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion, we pass the regular meeting minutes.
Second.
We got a motion by Lane and a second by everybody else. I'm going to. And that meeting passes. Did we vote on that? Oh.
Yeah.
Raise your hand
Yeah.
and that motion passes.
You got to go with it now.
Got to go with it.
Yeah, got to go with it. Action items, 2.1, discuss and consider Economic Development Corporation request to expend a portion of the sales tax on funding, a signed grant to Rollo Insurance for the reimbursement of business signage of $653.50, Resolution 599-1028, resolution to the City of Bertram, Texas, authorizing the agreement between the Bertram Economic Development Corporation and Rollo Insurance, Bertram, for grant payments to add signage to office in Bertram, Texas.
So during the EDC, regular EDC meeting for the month of October, EDC made a motion, I believe it's in your packet, that approved the expenditure or the use of sales tax to reimburse Mr. Goebel for his sign that he purchased for his business. This was one of the lowest bids that he got, correct? And this is 50% of it, which is what they have in their grant applications.
Where's it gonna go, Andis?
It's already on the building.
Oh, okay.
We were sharing an entrance when the Robinsons still had the real estate.
Gotcha.
And then when the consignment.
I wasn't sure if you were moving somewhere else.
No, we're facing Bond Street now.
So just a correction to the number, it's 599-102825.
Not 28, it's 25 or 285?
825.
Okay.
102825.
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 599-102825.
I second.
We got a motion by John and a second by Anthony. All in favor, raise your right hand. 2.2, discuss and consider changing the regular city council meeting dates in November and December due to city holidays.
So the November holiday falls, the first meeting in November falls on a city observed holiday, which is Veterans Day? Is that Veterans Day?
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day. City Hall's closed that day. That's our normal meeting. We have at noon. And then the fourth Tuesday of the month falls on Thanksgiving week. I personally will be out of town that week. I don't know if anybody else is going out of town that week, so I'm requesting that we either cancel that meeting and just move it to one meeting a month. One meeting for the months of November and December. I'll get to December. The fourth Tuesday in December falls on Christmas weekend, which it really isn't a good weekend for anybody either because of the holidays. So generally, in years past, for the last 15 years that I've been here, there has been one meeting a month, regardless of those two posted meetings. So I'm officially requesting that we cancel have one meeting a month for the months of November, December, and moving the November meeting to November 18th, which is a Tuesday at noon, and keeping the December 9th meeting, I believe it's the 9th, the first
Yes.
Tuesday of the month, December 9th meeting at noon, and canceling the second Tuesday meeting. Just due to holidays, and then go back to regular.
Which
schedule.
one is the one in December?
It's the-
Ninth.
The 9th.
9th. Keep the 9th at noon, cancel the 23rd.
That's my recommendation, but it's
All right.
harder to post these
I'm good with
agendas
that.
now that they have to be 3 days in advance, because I got to post them on Tuesdays now, the week preceding the meetings. So it's just a little bit harder to get them all
We
scheduled.
usually don't have a lot going on.
The other one will be the 18th at noon, right?
November 1 will be November 18th.
Yes, 18th at noon and the 9th at noon,
Okay.
December. I make a motion, we go ahead and do the November 18th meeting at noon and cancel the 25th, and do the December 9th meeting at noon and cancel the December 23rd, thus giving us one meeting in November and December.
We got a motion by Anthony and a second by Randall. All in favor, raise your right hand. And that motion passes. 2.3, discuss and consider final plat subdivision application for Hopewell Village. Gary?
For the final plat for Hopewell Village, we've done our review on it. The final plat's in good shape. There's still a couple of outstanding questions to be addressed by the developer and his engineer on the construction plans. So our recommendation is to approve with conditions that the construction plans are addressed, and then the final plat would be good and once the construction plans are approved.
Okay. Thank you, Gary.
I make a motion that we approve the final plat subdivisions with the hold on, I want to say this correctly. With review of the plat submittal with the engineer and developer with our engineer.
I'll second.
Been a motion by John and a second by James. All in favor, raise your right hand. And that motion-
Just use your left.
My left was busy.
Use your left. We'll forgive you.
All right.
Hey, you can just do that.
Tell me no.
Want me to sing it to you or tell it to you? Tell me
no.
no,
Or
I'll
yes.
tell you whatever you want.
2.4, discuss and consider San Gabriel Springs tap application for 73 lots for property located on County Road 321.
So this is the second time this one has turned, this property has had a tap application attached to it. The first one was a much more dense development. That was back when the city wasn't approving additional taps out in the outside of the ETJ and the city limits and water CCN. This request, they've reduced their lot sizes, they've increased their lot sizes, reduced their number of lots. The main reason, whenever they came to us, they needed fire flow to address the county requirements for, or the EDC's, Emergency Services District requirement for fire flow. We've told them that the city wouldn't provide just fire flow, they needed potable demand also for pretty much a no-go. We put together the tap application, it's been sent to the developer. Developer said, there's a pretty significant off-site improvement that needs to be made to, they're pretty far away from the 8 and 12-inch lines towards the center of the city. So they've indicated that they are not going to move forward with it, but I think if council wanted to approve it, if they came back and wanted to fulfill all the obligations of the memo, that's fine. If not, you can decline. I don't know, Georgina's the one that talked to him.
Yeah, he sent an email regarding declining because they said it was just not cost effective for him to tie on. I felt like it needed to have council either accept
Approval?
or deny, approval or denial, just so, because this is his second time coming back, so that if he comes back a third time, we could say this went to council, it's been denied twice, kind of wasting your money at this point. But he could change his mind because he still has to get fire flow to those lots. And he's not gonna be able to do that the way, with the well, the way he has it set up. I don't know. It might-
If we approve the TAP application for that, and they come back and say, okay, we want to do it, we're just set, right?
Yeah, it would be approved, they would have to design they'd have to build the off-site improvement and then build their development, but unless they decide to do that. it
With,
basically
after
has-
annexation and water rights
And
and
have they
everything else.
been, are they aware of the annexation, the water
That was in that
rights?
memo. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the cost. So unless they can come
I
up
know
with
they still got to
another,
get easements and everything
He
too.
actually led with annexation, that he was
Yeah.
more than willing to annex. His plan is, what he wanted to do was $800,000, $1 million homes, so it's pretty significant development.
he thought the water line was closer. It had moved closer, but it hasn't. It has, but it has and it hasn't. To create a loop system through there.
Well, how many LUEs do we currently have available?
So you're short on, we need to drill the well, that's the, I mean, I think there's, I don't have the number with me, but there's somewhere around 100 is where we're at this point. We're getting down very minimal, without drilling wells and putting in additional pumps.
And that's 100 without the well?
Correct, yeah.
I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the news, but a developer just sued Liberty Hill last week because they promised them basically LUEs and couldn't deliver. So I don't want to get into a spot where we approve something, they take that as,
That's why we wanted to put that on this on y'all.
Thank you.
That's my concern.
Yeah, for sure.
If we do deny it, what's the repercussion of that to them?
Do we have to start all over?
They,
They're not in our CCN, so.
have they
Right.
spent any money, any big money or anything with this?
$330.
Okay. All right.
Because we're kind of doing this with developers where, the one on 29 where we may do this, we may not, and if let's say we approve them with the conditions, and all of them do it at the same time, they come and say, all right, we're ready to play ball, and now we're way ahead of our skis here.
Right.
So that's my concern.
All right, John.
I make a motion that we deny until they're further along in their project.
We got a motion by John and a second by Anthony. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes.
Or doesn't.
2.5, discuss and consider bid tabulation and recommendation of contract award on the TxDOT Highway 29 Infrastructure Relocation Project.
So before
Pretty
we
happy
get
about that
started,
one.
there is a supplement to your packet.
Right.
that I put on your diet there, with the actual bid numbers. I didn't have those prepared, I just had the little chart after the bid opening.
And I have a,
Yeah, I had to do that.
I have a larger printout of it if
What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
it's easier for me to read. I don't have to carry glasses.
Oh, you're all right, Gary, go ahead.
Here, I'll look at it.
Speak for yourself. Look at that. Who's
I
gonna
already lost mine.
Can't read that?
So this is the
I can read it.
SH-29 TxDOT relocation project due to their expanding of SH-29. We put the project out to bid. It's extending or replacing an 8-inch line, abandoning a portion of 2-inch line, and then a manhole and a couple of segments of 6-inch gravity sewer line. We opened bids on Wednesday, the 22nd. We had 6 bidders that were all qualified bids. The low bidder by price was Pack Settle Management. They turned in all the documents that were required by our bid documents. We've evaluated their submittal for the work that they have under contract and qualification statements and all those things that are required in the bid. Their total bid was $249,942, and bids ranged between their low bid of $249,900 up to $574,477. Not sure what they were looking at, but pretty significant gap in those. But the two low bidders, or lowest bidders, were fairly close, I think, within $7,000. There were a couple math errors in the second bidder, but it didn't change the ranking. Our recommendation is to award to Pack Saddle Management. TxDOT's definitely ready for us to get it done, so I think it's prudent to move forward, get it contracted, and go to construction. This was a reduced project. Originally, the cost estimate was replacing the entire line. TxDOT did some rework to eliminate some of the drainage channel on the north side that eliminated some of the conflicts. So reduced the cost pretty significantly. I think the original cost estimate that we put together was something over 730. Okay. So reduced the scope of the project and lowered the cost, but I think it's competitive, and pricing has kind of stabilized from the projects we've seen, at least on the smaller projects.
Make a motion that we approve the contract with Park Saddle Management.
Second.
Got a motion by James and
Pack Saddle, they're at a
Give it to
a
Lane.
second by Lane.
Give it to
All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes. Thank you, Gary. 2.6, discuss and consider ordinance number 266-102825, ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting 2024 edition of the International Energy Conservation Code, regulating and governing the efficient building envelopes and installation of energy-efficient mechanical lighting and power systems in the City of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for a publication and providing for an effective date.
So after meeting with the ISO, which is the fire hydrant people who set the rating for insurance rates for homes here in Bertram, the codes that we have adopted is the 2018 codes. They're a bit out of date. They recommended that we update to the 2024 codes. After that last, I call it an audit really, because they just ask a bunch of questions about what our current buildings, our permit, who does the inspections, all these questions about fire hydrant capacity, fire hydrant placement, all that good stuff. They also meet with the fire department as well to check their efficiencies out to set that rating for insurance purposes. Also met with AOCA, which is our new inspection people, plan review inspection people. They also recommend, I got this via email from them, I asked him what their recommendation was. He recommended that we go to the 2024 codes as well, because their inspectors are currently doing inspections in other cities for the 2024 codes. So this is just that recommendation to move us forward with the latest codes. So that's what these next few 10 ordinances are regarding the building codes that we currently have adopted.
All right, I make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 266-102825.
Got a motion by John and a second by Randall. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes. You raise your hand. Two point seven, discuss and consider ordinance number 268-102825, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2024 edition of the International Fuel Gas Code, regulating and governing the fuel gas system and gas-fired appliances in the City of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection fees, therefore repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for publication and providing for an effective date.
Make a motion that we approve ordinance number 268-102825.
Motion by James and a second by Randall. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes. 2.8, discuss and consider ordinance number 221-102825, ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2024 edition of the International Building Code, regulation and governing for the conditions and maintenance of all properties, buildings, and structures by providing the standards for supplied utilities and facilities and other physical things and conditions and essential. to ensure that the structures are safe, sanitary, and fit for all occupation and use, and the condemnation of buildings and structures unfit for human occupancy and use, and the demolition of such structures in the city of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing ordinance number 221-0312-117, and all other ordinances in conflict, providing for publication and providing for an effective date.
Make a motion, we pass ordinance 221-102825, adopting the 2024 International Building Code.
Got a motion by Anthony,
Second.
a second by Randall. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes. 2.9, discuss and consider ordinance number 267-102825, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2024 edition of the International Mechanical Code regulation and governing the design, construction, and quality of materials, erection, installation, alteration, repair, location, relocation, and replacement, addition to use of maintenance or mechanical systems in the City of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for publication and providing for an effective date.
Make a motion that we approve ordinance number 267-102825.
Second.
Got a motion by James and a second by Lane. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes. 2.10, discuss ordinance number 65-102825, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2025 edition of the National Electrical Code regulating and governing the installation of electrical conductors and equipment in raceway, signaling and communications and conductors, equipment in raceways, and optical fiber cables in raceways and commercial, residential, and industrial occupations in the City of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing ordinance number 65-120319, and all other ordinances in conflict, providing for publication and providing for an effective date.
On this one, I got the date wrong, so it's actually the NEC 2023 code, not the 2025. It hasn't come out yet, so it's a 2023 code that they recommended.
Okay.
So we'll change that ordinance to say 2023 instead of 2025.
I make a motion to pass ordinance 255-102825, adopting the 2023 standards.
A second.
Got a motion by Anthony and a second by Randall. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes. 2.11, discuss and consider ordinance number 255-102825, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2024 edition of the Plumbing Code, regulating and governing the design, construction, quality of materials, erection, installation, alteration, repair, location, relocation, replacement, addition to, use, or maintenance of plumbing systems in the City of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing all other ordinances and portions of the ordinances in conflict, providing for a publication and providing for an effective date.
Make a motion, we accept ordinance 255-102825.
Motion
Second.
by Anthony and a second by James. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes. 2.12, discuss and consider ordinance number 222-102825, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2024 edition of the International Residential Code, regulating and governing the construction of alteration, movement, enlargement, replacement, repair equipment, location removal, demolition of detached one- and two-family dwellings and multiple single-family dwellings, townhouses, not more than 3 stories in height with separate means of egress in the City of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing ordinance number 222-032117 and all other ordinances in conflict, providing for publication and providing for an effective date.
Make a motion that we approve ordinance number 222-02825.
Motion by James and a second by Randall. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes. 2.13, discuss and consider ordinance number 223-102825, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2024 edition of the Property Maintenance Code, regulating and governing the conditions and maintenance of all property, building, and structures by provide the standards for supplied utilities and facilities and other physical things and conditions essential to ensure that structures are safe, sanitary, and fit for occupation and use, and the condemnation of buildings and structures unfit for human occupancy and use, and the demolition of such existing structures in the city of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing ordinance number 223-032117 and all other ordinances in conflict, providing for publication and providing for an effective date.
Make a motion, we accept ordinance 223-102825.
A motion by Anthony,
Second.
second by Randall. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes. Two point 14, discuss and consider ordinance number 269-102825, an ordinance of the City of Council of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2024 edition of the International Swimming Pool and Spa Code, regulating and governing the construction and alteration of movement, renovation, replacement, repair, and maintenance of aquatic recreation facilities, pools, spas in the City of Bertram, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for a publication and providing for an effective date.
Make a motion to, we approve ordinance number 269-102825.
Got a motion by James and a second by Anthony. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes. 2.15, discuss and consider ordinance number 248-102825, an ordinance of the City of Bertram, Texas, adopting the 2024 edition of the International Fire Code, regulating and governing the safeguarding of life and property from fire and explosion hazards arising from the storage, handling, and use of hazardous substances, materials, and devices, and from conditions hazardous to life or property in the occupancy of buildings and premises as herein provided, providing for the issuance of permits and collection of fees, therefore repealing parts of the ordinance in conflict therewith, providing for enforcement and penalties, providing for severability and open meeting clauses, and providing for related matters.
I'll make a motion, we accept ordinance 248-102825.
Have a
Second.
motion by Anthony,
I'll second.
second by Randall. All in favor, raise your right hand. That motion passes. Future agenda items? Anybody?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
A motion by Randall,
Second.
second by John. All in favor, raise your right hand. Meeting is adjourned.
Gavel us out.
6:33.
6:33.
Is that a record? They should all be that quick, that fast.